Honourable Farage.
Well, as we welcome the Dutch Prime Minister, Mr Rutte, to the hot seat of the 6 months revolving presidency, I note you're a keen historian, because you were quoting Winston Churchill at us this morning, as indeed Mr Verhofstadt backed you up. You're quite right. Post-war, Churchill did encourage integration, especially between France and Germany, but made it absolutely clear at all times that the United Kingdom should not be a part of it, and I would like you please to acknowledge that. I also very much doubt that 50 years after his death that Churchill would approve of the club the way it is, because he was a Democrat. This EU faces an existential crisis. Indeed, there is an outbreak of a contagious disease. It's not a new one. The Greeks first came across it a couple of thousand years ago. The virus in its new form began in Denmark in the early 90s, but was put down with a heavy German hand. There have been a couple of outbreaks in Ireland, but substantial European money again cured the outbreak. But the red alert in 2005, when the contagion swept the Netherlands and France, frankly has never gone away. And I think now we have simultaneous outbreaks of the disease. In Denmark, it now looks to be wholly irreversible. And in my own country, despite decades of our political establishment denying its existence, a recent opinion poll showed that sufferers may now be actually in a majority. What surprised me about your speech as the Dutch Prime Minister is you didn't mention the fact that 427,000 of your own citizens have outed themselves in public, declared themselves to be carriers, called a referendum for the 6th of April and encouraged the rest of the country to join in. I suppose it must be embarrassing for you. The diagnosis, by the way, will not be popular in this House. The disease is called democracy. And people want to have a say on their future. Mr Juncker here says that there'll be a continental crisis if the Dutch vote no. Well, I'll drink to that, is all I can say. When you add to that Schengen, when you add to that people's utter revulsion at what happened in Cologne, I think that you're going to have a very, very hot time over the course of the next 6 months. Whether we can, the peoples of Europe, break this union between now and the end of June, I don't know. But I tell you what, we're going to have a damn good go.
Onorevole Vilimsky.